G'day guys, Dalla here with the Realm of the Mad God commentary discussing the state of Godlands and what it means for the endgame players as well as the lower to mid-level players. I've split the players up into these three tiers, the lower being 0 to 2 maxed characters, the mid being 0 to 5 maxed characters, but they aren't really good at the game, but they still have an idea of how to play the game. And then the high tier, which is generally I'd say about 5 maxed characters plus, as well including that tier is the end game, which is all 13 characters max. Looking at the first tier, the pot farming tier, for them with Godlands, pot farming is pretty good in this game. It's been spot on since the 33% increase in the drop rate a few builds ago, and that doesn't really need to be addressed. The reason I feel that it's such a good place is because it's a good curve for maxed and unmaxed players, for both pots and a learning curve.
Good for you.
For maxed players who are new to the game, it's generally a good learning curve. It teaches them about different types of enemies and attacks, how to dodge, how to strafe bullets, how to kite, and so forth. It's pretty well balanced because you're learning how to play the game, and at the same time you're actually being rewarded for your efforts through pots. For max players, the pot rate is pretty fluid. You're still going to be working for your pots, but at the same time you're going to be getting them at a much faster rate because you're obviously potted and have better gear than a newbie. You're also being rewarded with fame, which is spot on but I'll go into that a little later. Moving into the mid-tier category, there's the fame boosters. This is where fame is pretty broken. I see mostly mid-tier players, as well as most. It's pretty vast in the range of players who do this, mostly mid-tier, who farm amulets and stars. These are players who just go around. They have no gear in terms of a weapon or an ability. It's broken in the sense that a player can be rewarded without, shooting their weapon, without using their ability, without killing enemies or participating in any cooperative gameplay whatsoever. For an MMO, especially one like Realm of the Mad God, it's pretty broken. I speak for a lot of players when I say that it's frustrating to see a full MP priest or paladin without a tome or a seal, and yet they're being rewarded for doing that. Obviously that's pretty broken. So how do they actually get their fame? Well, you look at the third tier, the end game or the higher tier players, specifically the hardcore 2K base hunters and pot farmers. By 2K base hunting I mean players going back a couple of months. You've got Anti-Lol, Mikado, Kale, X-Dalla, Tatsumi, who the list goes on. Who sit in Godlands and just farm their characters until they got 2,000 base fame on the character. So they got 5 stars on the character in the proper manner. These players are here because really they haven't got much else to do in the game. Most of us have got 13 8 of 8 characters and all top amulets and so forth. We have nothing else in the game but to build our wealth and to get stars. And the only viable way to get stars is to Godland farm. It's pretty obvious where I'm going with this. You're either in the Godlands mob or you're a fame boosting leech. Going for the coveted white star is it's a pretty ugly grind, and yet people are putting fuck all effort into it and just fame boosting their way to it. So the 2K base hunters, they're putting their time, money, effort into the game, and yet you've got players who are just doing fuck all. They're leeching off them and getting the same result. It's pretty imba. I've outlined some of the solutions for this on the forums, and I'm going to outline them again. The first is that achievements need a massive rehaul. Pacifist and mundane, they need to be removed from the game. There are many other achievements that can be added in. There's so many that have been suggested. Specifically, 7 has got a plethora of achievement ideas, which I'll link in the comments of this video. Furthermore, any achievement fame is only going to count towards your fame pool, and by fame pool I mean your spending pool. So you go and spend drakes, amulets, whatever. So by this I mean that if you have a character that dies on 1,300 fame and get a total of 900 fame from achievements, you're only going to get 5 stars from that class despite getting the 2,200 fame. So your base fame is only going to count towards your stars. Your spending fame will be the total fame after achievement. Furthermore, the legends really needs to be fixed, making it so it's going to be base fame only. The 4 achievement boosted in the all-time legends, and I'm going to assume that there's many more achievement boosting legends to come, have explained how the system is really broken in that sense. The second thing is for the fame system to be rehauled in itself. Playing through Godlands in its current state is pretty fucking boring. God Walls were probably the most entertaining and rewarding experience in the game. Sure, you might say they were broken or consider them a blemish on the developer's skills, but as Bob Ross would say, we don't have mistakes, we just have happy accidents. And that's what God Walls were to me, as well as a lot of players. For those of you who don't really know how God Walls worked, the only way a god could only stay on its native tile, and that means that it's the grey Godlands tile, the one that you see everywhere and usually has rocks on and whatnot. If a foreign tile was on that tile, such as Sphinx Sand, Hermit Water, a Lava Fissure, Cyclops Castle, Skull Platform, etc., was on that tile, the gods would have to be pulled off it. They'd just slide, and effectively they'd end up clumping up, and that's where you'd see all those people saying, "Oh my god, I got a god wall! Oh my god, there's a cube god on it." But effectively, that was a proper structure, and it gave a good farming structure to the actual Godlands at that time. You'd see players just absolutely zerging through all the Godlands just as one massive mob, breaking down walls, just moving on to the next. The biomes would just effectively get mapped, and then players knew, okay, well, you know, we've got, let's say, a Fissure, a Sphinx, a Hermit, and then a Skull, like a circle around the Godland map. So then players would then go clockwise around it, and then say, okay, we'll kill this mob, then go on to the next, then go on to the next, and then as they were doing that and moving as a group, they'd spawn because no one else would be. It spawned on, say, the Fissure, whilst, you know, they were killing the Skull gods because no one was at the Fissure. So it was essentially cooperative play. From what I've seen in this build, with the removal of God Walls, it's just pretty much a bunch of headless chickens aimlessly walking around into dispersed gods that don't drop anything ever, or, you know, give proper fame. At least in the old build, you'd get 4 to 7 fame per wall, as well as a proper source of gods to kill for pots, or, you know, to help players level, and so forth. So yeah, what has this got to do with rehauling fame? Well, playing Godlands is pretty imbalanced for 2K base hunters. So why am I going to bother killing a Lord of the Lost Lands or a Grand Sphinx when, you know, I can get better fame by frying. Holy crap, I can't say this. I get better fame by killing flying brains over and over. The risk versus reward isn't really all there, and it needs to be fixed. Tombs, wine cellars, and all the other endgame dungeons, they also give fuck all fame. Skulls, cubes, dungeon bosses, fuck all fame. I could keep listing examples on that, but I'd probably run out of time. So instead, here's just a simple example of what the developers did that didn't gain enough attention in terms of fame. The castle. It's exactly what needs to be implemented into other aspects of the game. Because really, why should I actually bother rushing the castle when now I can get 6 to 9 fame from killing the enemies in it, as well as helping my team progress through the castle? apply this to, you know, Tomb of the Ancients, and you'll actually see an imbalance between risk and reward, because there's no point in actually going to go through the tomb and, you know, having to battle things that can almost insta-kill you if you fuck up. And, you know, and they won't give you proper fame. They need to give you proper fame like they do in the castle. Killing quests in to close a realm and help everyone else, that should also give you proper fame. Killing a flying brain that only does 7 damage to you with a new bite on top of that, and that gives you fame better than the Tomb of the Ancients, that is imbalanced. That is just, it's just stupid. So yeah, long story short, this all needs to be fixed. Things need to give you a better amount of fame, because Godlands is imbalanced. There's no point in doing anything else but farming Godlands. On top of that, it's stupid in the sense that, you know, you get amulets without shooting, the achievements are broken, the fame game is really imba, and, well, the current Godlands suck balls because there's nothing to, you know, keep me entertained, because God Walls were the only thing that kept me entertained, because they were tested dodging skills and, you know, picking things out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. I'll probably upload more in the future. Yeah, all the best. Someone's making him hop.
I want you to take a pee all over my Meowth and call me a dirty ho-ho. Real Pokemon.
Nice one, Macbeth.
Fuck you, bitch.
Express, he seriously died.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. Wait,
Fuck,
what?
one bag out of all that crap. Fuck
I
this
got
game.
2. GG.
I got 2.
Yeah, I only got 2.
Get into the guild hall. That's the land. Why the fuck aren't teams T's and purple?